flex. Flex, the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, boof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, boof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, tryna stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Let's bleed, shall we? Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call because I want to get to this ASAP. Dirt Gang Boss, Abdul Anwar, Todd Swindle, Jimmy Bernard, Macados, Mac of the South. You're doing good work, brother. I see you out there on the grind, helping out the people that need help in the country, man. Salute to my brother, Macados, Mac of the South. Salute to you, good brother. Dow Big G, what's going on? Sam Mac Boxing, Brooklyn Born, G McCall, Isha, good evening. My brother's keeper, Ob Jones, Mr. Shelton, 88 Sports Talk. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. The art of projection. We're going to talk about it. In this weekend, there's been a lot of movement in the last 72 hours, has there not? There's been a lot of movement. Deontay, what's going on? Peter the Great, salute. It's been a lot of movement, a lot of finger pointing, a lot of name calling. And I'm going to burn this very slow. For those of you that understand what's going on, that understand what's at stake here, cool. For those of you that are immoral, have no sense of justice, have no sense of community, no sense of unity, and sagging your pants and that sort of thing, this is not the channel for you. It's not. That's all I'll say about that. If you can't comprehend real life due to the fact that you have an unconditional hatred for a group of fighters, because these group of fighters are a direct threat to a fighter that you support for whatever the reasons are, this isn't the channel for you. Andrew Gray, salute. Adrian Vent, Comic Cons, my brother Ack in the building, salute. Stick around if you want, but do be exposed as the foolish mortal that you are. You will be, because I deal with the facts. I deal with the facts. I don't care who they are. Case in point, this morning, a legendary rapper that I follow on, we follow each other on Instagram. I won't say his name because I'll eventually, he likes boxing. I'll eventually invite him to the show. Amina, salute. Gnarly Ray, salute. And he put up an article stating that Anthony Joshua has been suspended. So I just commented, this is protocol. Now I think everyone in the chat knows. For the most of it, if you don't know, let me just bring it to your attention. Chief, what's going on? After a boxer has a professional fight, their licenses are suspended. Why? For safety reasons. They don't want them back in the ring in a certain amount of time, for safety reasons. That's just it. So if you go to Anthony Joshua's box rec, it says suspended until, I believe, October 19th. And all I said was, this is protocol. That's all I said. I said, no worries, protocol. This is Anthony Joshua we're talking about. Y'all know how I feel about Anthony. I just said, oh, no, this is protocol. Don't worry about it. And he says, well, I don't know. I never seen Evander or Lennox Lewis. He starts naming these legendary guys. He said, I never seen them get suspended after a fight. It sounds like you making an excuse for your man AJ. So I said, let's just call him legendary. So I said, legendary, if you follow my YouTube channel, you know that I'm everything but an AJ fan. I'm everything but an AJ fan. But I said, I'm just speaking what happens. This is protocol. That's number one. Number two, there was no box rec when Evander and Lennox and Mike Tyson in the 90s were around. So you wouldn't know that. How many people knew that boxing licenses, other than people in the industry? That's not something that fans just knew. We didn't know that. I knew about it. I just didn't think it was a big deal. And I said, by the way, when was Anthony Joshua Pop being dirty? I missed that. Did it happen? Did I miss it? Because you know, if we heard that Anthony Joshua Pop dirty, we'd have dragged them all through the dirt. So I asked him, when did that happen? Okay, no response. And I said, yo, listen, I have to reiterate, AJ's not my guy, bro. Go check my channel. I was rooting for Daniel Dubois, and I'm glad he dragged him. Huh? So, you know, you got to understand, what did I say about people have to qualify to have a conversation with you about the sport of boxing? So I dialed it back because of who he is. You know, I was very respectful, but it dawned on me. He loves boxing, but he can't talk boxing on a level that I can and Stormy can and a lot of you in the chat can. You know, Cameron, salute. Great video you did. So, you know, we're just talking facts over here. The only thing that we knew about AJ taking drugs was an allegation from Jarrell Miller saying that he takes testosterone. Okay. But who got popped leading up to their fight? Jarrell did. And what did I say? Look, I don't like AJ, but at the same time, I didn't want Jarrell to kill him in the ring. Didn't I say that? And I don't like AJ. You see, so that's what you're dealing with over here. So, you know, I mean, look, man, you know, I know who I am as a supporter of the sport. But tonight, we're going to talk about the art of projection. Stormy, how you doing, good brother?
Salute, man. What's good? Salute to the chat. Happy Sunday evening to you all. Hey, man. One of the things that we do on a regular basis, no matter how anyone looks at it, is we educate. And we educate in fact-based content and material, which usually offsets and upsets people who are of the fast food TikTok society that think that they could just go look something up real quick and that be it. Mm-hmm. I gave an example of that earlier this morning on my call-in show where I had to readdress our brother B-Mac when he was attributing AJ to being Frank Bruno 2.0. And that's been said, you know, a lot by people out here, but I corrected him and I said, hey, you know, I said, how much do you really know about Frank Bruno? And he was like, well, I know he fought Tyson, but beyond that, not very much. First, I'm like, thank you for the sincerity. Secondly, understand, since you don't know much about him, don't speak before you found out more information. And I directed him to go and look Frank Bruno's career up. Reminded him that Bruno was one of the best heavyweight offerings that the UK has seen, going all the way back to Henry Cooper. And he was knocking people's heads off. Yep. That's what he did. And he fought everybody during his era.
He fought his contemporaries.
And the only losses he has on his record is to the world champions that have been a part of his era. And that was Tyson twice, mm-hmm. Lennox Lewis, mm-hmm. Tim Witherspoon, and James Bone Crusher Smith. That's not a bad list of fighters to have lost to, knowing everyone else who's come through that particular era. And he did win the heavyweight championship against the man who knocked out Lennox Lewis, and that was Oliver McCall. So Frank Bruno beat Oliver McCall. So you know, and it's interesting because
to call AJ Frank Bruno is an insult to Frank Bruno.
exactly, exactly. And you know, I went the long way about saying it, but you're absolutely right. And so just like this person that you were speaking to about these things, and you're trying to tell them, as I wrote in the chat, you know, the internet and social media and BoxRec weren't even around.
That's right.
When what he's talking about, that era of fighters that, oh, I don't remember or recall this or that. I'm quite certain that that person wasn't even, as some of us were, into collecting the magazines like Boxing Illustrated, KO Magazine, The Ring, and so forth. You know, boxing, you know, all types of boxing magazines that we got quarterly on the year, because that's how they came out. And most of the times when publications would come out, either fights have happened already, got canceled already.
2 months.
Fights were.
It's 2 months behind. News is 2 months behind.
Absolutely. So you know, from that era of those guys, that's what we experienced. And we're here today to be able to correct and say that. And no, it's not like we're trying to diss anybody.
Right.
It's giving proper information, because the internet hasn't been around all this time. For some of you who have been born into this and enjoying it, some of you are not even using it with the type of purpose that you could use it to enrich your own personal lives.
That's real talk, man. Tay, salute. Chief Wildfire, Andrew Gray, the brothers UK in the building, salute. Kind of local, my brother, salute. When I say things like use the internet for what it's for, I mean, that's what I mean. You know, there's no excuse to be ignorant. No, there's no excuse to be stupid, because you can get educated. But when the information's there at your disposal, you just choose not to pursue it. And then when it's in your face, you just disregard it. That's ignorance on purpose. That's dangerous.
Drew, we used to have to leave our homes to go and increase our knowledge. There was something called school, which a lot of people don't go to school anymore. They just don't. Let's be honest. They don't.
The library.
And the library. Yes, absolutely.
I used to have to get out of my bed, take a shower, all right, get dressed, walk to the library. They had something called encyclopedias. We had to read stuff and write stuff down. I mean, it was a whole event, right? And then on my leisure, I would go buy some comic books, and I'm like, oh, there goes Ring Magazine, there goes KO Magazine, and there's one more that it escapes me. But I used to have to, if I couldn't buy it, I would be standing in the stationery store reading stuff. That was my internet. But then when you do that, you retain more information. That's why there's certain things that I just know it. I just know it because I've read it. All of this stuff that I've researched through paperback, a lot of that stuff is at your fingertips, but your perception is all wrong. And a lot of you guys are mentally lazy to the point where you don't even want to hear an audio book. You would rather go to a channel and allow some person to give you some feel good about a situation. If he says one or two things that you agree with because you have an unconditional hatred about any fighter, it's good enough for you. And you don't research anything. You don't research anything. You know, that's what that Star Wars thing, the dark side and the light. Yo, the dark side clouds your judgment. And what we're dealing with right now is very revealing. So the art of projection, I'm gonna bring it back to the topic of the show, the art of projection. I had a picture up here. Let's look at the picture. The reason why I put this picture up, everybody in this picture has some projection placed upon them when it was really coming from what? Their opponents. But some of these fighters had such fan bases that was so loud, they were so wrong and strong, that it drowned out the reality of what we were actually dealing with and what we're talking about. So we can go around this picture. We're gonna touch on everything. You know what I want to do? I want to start with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Let's start there, because it's the easiest one. It's the easiest one. I don't know how many of y'all were here. I wasn't doing content at the top of the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao ridiculousness. I used to read a lot of silly things, and I'm like, what I've learned about, first of all, Floyd was being attacked racially. That was the first thing that I picked up on. I said, why are they attacking him? And I didn't know people in the Philippines could be that racist. I've never been there. And I said, what the hell's going on here? So, you know, I got angry, you know, but I'm just reading this stuff like, what is going on here? Right? And anything that you said, that you tried to keep it boxing. Look, I'm not dealing with the racist stuff. I just think Floyd Mayweather has a style that Manny Pacquiao won't be able to figure out. And before I even attach my face to my avatar, they just assumed I was black. And I said, wow, okay, I see what's going on here. Right? But fast forward through that whole thing, there were things being said on the Manny Pacquiao fan side of things, and they were calling Floyd fans or people that were trying to be impartial and try to ignore the racism which was impartial. Y'all remember that term, FLOMO? You know, it was a spin off the word homosexual, and it became code for black fight fans. Very creative, but we caught you. And I said, wow, FLOMO. Very, very creative. And everything was, you're gay, 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 FLOMO, gay, 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 FLOMO, black fight fan. That's what they were saying. I was like, oh, okay. And then one day, I saw this video, this brother, and he found the term called bakla. And I said, what the hell is that? And he starts putting up pictures and, you know, definitions of it. Turns out, long story short, bakla, from what I was told, was considered a third sex in the Philippines. And I said, well, what the hell is this? And then I saw videos of dudes walking around with dresses. They're considered a third sex, and it's not uncommon for men to use those dudes as concubines, even when they got wives at home. And I said, pause, what is going on here? So wait a minute. All of this FLOMO stuff, and y'all got that going on over there, sounds like projection to me.
Takes me back to that song by Prince, Girls and Boys.
Girls and Boys. Now watch this. I know the haters are watching me. Drew, you call people gay all the time. Yeah, I call them gay, especially when I go to your damn channel. You got 15 videos with my name in it. Responding to me, and I wasn't even talking to you. And a few of these dudes do that. And it's strange. And I say, yo, what is this weird obsession? That's the term. Obsession with me and my little, I only have 10,000 subs. What is your obsession with me? Oh, because when you hear these guys, eventually they've made, at some point, and I'm not kidding, have made a comment about my physique. Oh, he thinks he's all that because he's 6'2". Can't help that. Oh, because he got a six-pack and he got big shoulders. Whoa. Why are you, a grown man, commenting on me? That's why I say you guys are closet. You guys are closet.
Or like today, he looks like he smells.
He looks like he smells. You believe this? What man is worried about how another man smells? So when I say these things, when I play this, why are you gay stuff, it comes from somewhere. I don't obsess over another man like that. That's strange to me. So when I saw these Pacquiao fans with all this projection, I remember getting in the comment section, all this YouTube live stream and stuff. This is new. I was on YouTube and you have to refresh the page to see if someone responded to you. And I went to all these Pac-Tard posts and I said, "What's Bakla? What's Bakla? What's Bakla?" And they went off. What do you mean, what's Bakla? Oh, at least we're honest about what's going on in our community. What about y'all in the black community and gay people? I said, oh, I touched a nerve. And I just simply said, stop with the flow-mo stuff now. Can we talk boxing? Stop projecting. You're a grown man going to work, and when your wife don't want to deal with you, you start banging some dude. That's what it was, Bakla. I didn't know about that. I ain't know anything, and then I used Google. I said, this brother's putting this up, maybe he's clowning. And I Googled it, I said, oh shoot. This is projection. Projection. So there went that. And then, Manny Pacquiao, eventually the Flomos, I guess, had the last laugh. Manny gets flatlined by Marquez, and then he comes back, and then eventually he fights Floyd, and then Floyd beats him. And he's had some good things after that, but realistically, after Marquez flatlined him, a bulk of those channels stopped doing content at that point.
Thank you, Juan Manuel.
Listen. Projection. We can go around all of this. Speaking of Manny Pacquiao, projection. All of this weird stuff to say about Errol Spence Jr. He signs to fight Manny Pacquiao seemingly out of nowhere. And he had a detached retina, man. You know he got a problem with his eyes. He has to get online and show doctor's notes. Why? Because y'all thought he was scared of Manny Pacquiao? Y'all thought he was scared? He needed doctor's notes? Who are the people calling Errol a liar? The bulk of those people calling Errol a liar about an eye injury. Who were those people? Do y'all know? I know it was a lot of Bud fans. I can ignore that. But Manny Pacquiao, right? There's a lot of Pac-Tards that were resurrected. Errol scared. Wait a minute, man. I never saw no doctor's note when Manny Pacquiao said, hey, man, I fought Floyd, but my shoulder was goofed up. Y'all didn't ask for no doctor's note. So why are you not projecting that on Errol? And hey, black fans, y'all should have told Errol, man, you ain't got to show no note. We believe you. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins, I got smoke for him later in the week. And Bernard Hopkins, you see projection. Y'all remember who paid for the pay-per-view when he fought Chad Dawson and he fell in the first round and said he hurt his shoulder? Who paid for that? I did. I paid for that. Got to the main event. I said, okay. They locked up. He fell on the floor and was, oh, my shoulder. I paid for that, y'all. I paid for that. B-Hop can't say anything. What are you talking about? Projection. He's FOS. It's an acronym, y'all. Before I go any further, what you got? Your thought? I am Legend, salute. Shaquilla, salute. Young Merv, Jimmy Bernard, Sam Mack, Young Abel.
Going back to the generation before Hopkins era and even back when there was no internet, amazingly, we didn't hear of fighters being scared. We didn't hear about fighters and their fan base with this tough and brazen speak, which more or less adds to the fact that people have been become more emboldened with the internet because you can hide behind the keyboard, the laptop, or the computer, the PC. And fighters have been known, like if for some of you that are just present day into boxing, you know that Caleb Plant has a reputation for slapping people, you know, that he's had confrontation with or whatever. Well, fighters have been known to punch people out as well. Some of you just don't know that history of the sport because you don't look it up. You don't research it and everything. But everyone from guys like you, if you want to say guys over in the UK, you know, Herbie Hyde and Larry Holmes,
James Toney,
Hector Camacho, you know, even Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. There have been many people who have been struck in the mouth, professional fighters. And because, like I said, we didn't have the internet, some of that stuff never got the chance to go viral and things like that. But there was also a certain amount of respect that was granted to fighters, and their fan bases would just stay in their place. Now it's all over the place, and you even now have those ignoramuses that are content creators who help to expand and fan those flames. It'd be one thing if a content creator would just be reporting on what is and let that go and be, you know, bipartisan, whatever. But no, they fan it. They're on the tape. They try to push certain narratives. They even try to get things going, conflict, as if they are promoters or something. And it's like, you know, they're not, but they sell themselves in that manner. And it's real despicable. Because when you know better, you elevate beneath those muddy waters and just use a bridge to go over that. But see, this is not what's happening. That's why we run into a number of conflicts from time to time with those who try to come into our chats and on our channels and stuff and just try to be distractions and stuff of that sort, because that's not what we do. But if you notice on those channels that have sold themselves out, that promote the BS that I speak of, that doesn't happen over there. They sit back like they're in a church and listen to the sermon of crap. And that's really distasteful, but it also shows you what people are and who they are in mass. So this subject that you have, the projection, it's a necessary conversation, but let's not mistake it for being something that just is being reiterated, because this is going on a very long time now.
Yeah.
And they have a tireless effort in doing what they do. What they don't understand is we have every bit more of a tireless effort of pressing forward and persevering and continuing to bring the truth to the airwaves.
Absolutely. And I hope y'all paying attention, because if we don't point out these things, you'll never understand, especially if you're new here, you'll never understand our position. In order for me to explain why I support certain fighters more than others, with the atmosphere being what it is, it goes beyond boxing. It goes beyond boxing. And
allow me to reiterate what you're saying with that comment by this Rocky Rodriguez cat. You see, can you highlight his comment and put it up there?
Yeah, I was gonna get to it, but you go ahead. I was gonna get to
Yeah.
it.
First of all, Mr. Rodriguez, it's disrespectful on your behalf because the conversation, which I brought it back after my comment, I said projection is what the conversation is. If you're just coming in, it's too bad that we're not repeating ourselves. You would just have to rewind. But what we talk about, as Drew just said before I interjected, is more beyond boxing. This discussion is beyond that. Boxing starts the conversation, but the depth and the breadth of the conversation goes beyond and throughout the supporters of the sport and what you may call fans or fanatics of the sport. And some of you who even want to rep in that manner are ignorant because you don't know the history of the sport. You know nothing more than beyond what you see that entertains you or speaks to what you may like. That's almost like a person who just wants to feel the nut instead of the stimulation that leads and builds to the climax. But that might be a little bit over your head as well. And in me saying that, I don't say that with all due respect. I say that with all due fact. So you can take the lack of respect that you have, fold it up, put it in your pants pocket, and walk on with it. Because as I said before I stopped talking before, we will be here. We ain't going nowhere. But you can get the hell out of here.
Or you can stick around and get educated. Choice is yours. Salute to my brother Audacity Podcast and that Cash App. Salute to you, good brother. Say for the chopped cheese, man. Salute to you. Salute to my sister Shakira and that Cash App yesterday. And my brother Steve O and that Cash App yesterday. Much love and appreciation. You see, in order to understand, I'm sorry, Stormy.
Yeah, we will always be able to represent, because as long as you have fact-based information, that can last a lifetime. Lies last for a few moments, if that.
You see, in order to understand how we got here, you have to understand where we came from. And there's a point to this. When you go to a movie, you got to sit there for a while and get the storyline to understand how we got here. You ever saw a movie where it starts and you see all this melee and like, what the hell happened? And you hear someone narrating, well, let me take you back to a few days ago to tell you how we got here. And you're sitting there like, oh, shoot, that's what I'm doing here. Harlem in the building. Gerard, salute. Delano, what up? Andrew, what's good? So I'm explaining something, Rocky. I'm explaining this. All right. And these other channels, they have everything to do with the atmosphere of boxing right now because they've taken advantage of the people that are less knowledgeable. And what we deal with on a daily basis, Andre, salute. What we deal with on a daily basis is people, every now and again, they come from those places and come over here and think that they're equipped with real facts, and they're not. And that's why I'm calling this show The Art of Projection. It's been going on in the sport forever. Projection. Deontay Wilder, let's talk about that. The whole industry lied on this man. They still don't respect this man. ES, salute. They still don't respect this man. Everything he's done in his career is to be commended. They'll never give him his just due. We only do that over here. Nothing he does is good enough. Nothing. Never mind the fact that he's not even 230 pounds naturally. And he's still one of the most feared punchers in the sport. Nothing's good enough. They want to talk about his losses and not what he gave up for those losses. Not the fact that he pursued Undisputed, where the A side at the time, Anthony Joshua, ran from Undisputed. A sides are the ones that make the fight. The fight never happened for Undisputed, and what happened? No one blames AJ for anything. They don't blame him for anything. When he fought Fury, Fury started fighting again because of Deontay Wilder. How come AJ didn't get him off the couch like Deontay did? You know why? Because Eddie Hearn didn't want Tyson Fury anywhere near him. Because the whole time he never had faith in AJ other than modeling underwear. Here's my right hand of God. That's what that is. He's a handsome lad. And he sells seats. But he has a look. But the look didn't match many of his contemporaries. Check the resume. Check the resume. I'll say it one more time. Check the resume. But how they talked about Deontay Wilder, you'd have thought his career was AJ's. Minus the celebrating. He's the brokest heavyweight you know. He can't sell out Alabama. All of it was a lie. To the point where they just reduced to talking about his physique, which was what? Gay. Like, why y'all talking about his legs? What is this? But then I look at the UK dudes. Y'all remember what BFTB's live streams used to look like? All those UK trolls coming up in there talking about AJ's abs and his gum shield and his big legs, and I bet he could pipe really good in the bedroom. This was real stuff, man. Y'all don't believe me? Look at this. Read that. That was sent to BFTB. Now, if you trolling, that's one thing, but you had time to do that? This is not funny, man. So trust and believe when I say these things, it comes from somewhere. This is the guy y'all celebrate. Look at this. Look at this. And then when I say, wait a minute, all this stuff about, D twerking and stuff, that's projection. I never see this dude with any girls. And every time I do see him, he's by a pool on a boat with his shirt off with a bunch of dudes with their shirt off. There's pictures, people send me pictures of him laid up in a club somewhere with his friends. Y'all ever had y'all boys put their leg over your leg in a club?
Even that posture right there in that photo is not a manly posture.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. This is not a manly thing.
Talk about projection. The projection of that image is effeminate.
Man,
it's effeminate. You used to see guys when they would act effeminate, as horseplay, a joke. That looks like out of something of that in that era, like somebody's like, hey, look at me getting my fingernails done or something like that, But no, this is him being relaxed.
In his natural state.
And Drew
nobody around him told him
anybody here when he came to New York, where he was.
And thank you.
Out of all the places that he could have gone, when he came to your town, he went to that specific community where those people are, right?
For those of you that don't know, and this is what sealed it for me. Okay, the pictures and the fans, and I'm like, all right, he's in the UK. Maybe it's a UK thing that you could sit with your boy and put your arm around him, or he could put his leg over your lap. I said, all right, do I put that on the UK? I never been, I don't know. I never been to a club out there. I'll say that. I'm like, what's that? Okay, make a little joke about that. But when he came here and lost to Andy Ruiz, Jeff, salute. Snacks, what up? If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. I was following him on the gram. I said, oh, AJ's live. I wonder how he's doing. And I'm looking at it. He's at a basketball court. And I'm looking like, what is he doing at West 4th? Main biker, where's West 4th? Jeff Spark, where's West 4th? Anybody from New York? Gerard, where's West 4th? That's the Village. That's the Village. Anyone that's not from New York, let me explain to you what that is. That's the gay community down there. That's their neighborhood. So I'm like, why the hell is he live at West 4th? Right by the McDonald's. Yo, ES, I swear to God. I'm looking at it like, what the fuck? This was the Sunday after he lost to Andy Ruiz. Let me explain to you. Madison Square Garden is 34th Street. It's 30 blocks uptown. Right? Those fighters usually stay across the street at the Penn Hotel, directly across the street from the Garden. They could walk from the hotel across the street to the Garden. Why was West 4th his first stop? Please explain that. For you to end up there and turn your camera on, that was no coincidence. Do y'all know, ES, check this out. Up the block and make a right on 34th Street. You walk up in the street, you look up, the Empire State Building's right there. He couldn't go to the top of the Empire State Building. It's a whole museum there. He couldn't go there and go live there. I'm at the top of the Empire State Building, top of the world. He couldn't do that. He didn't do it during the week or nothing. I was like, what? Yo, if he kept on downtown, the 9/11 memorial is down there. Why didn't he go there? So I said, wait a minute. And I looked in the chat. You knew who was from New York in the chat because they was like, why is he there? AJ, why are you there though? Yo, what's he there? Why is he there? I was like, man, you have to get in the cab and ask the driver, where's the neighborhood at? What neighborhood are you talking about? You know, you know. Miguel! That neighborhood. And he'll take you. You know why we in the city know where it is? Because if you wasn't told and you were just hanging out, you know, you're younger, you just exploring, you mess around and be like, oh shit, this ain't okay, out. Not your neighborhood. He went live in that neighborhood. But meanwhile, Deontay twerking though, right? And I said, wait a minute. Every time I seen Deontay, he was with a chick. But Deontay twerking though, right? Your man went live in the Village. What? So when I talk about projection, this is what I'm talking about. You talk about how horrible Deontay was, but the A side never fought him. Deontay was up for the fight. Never fought him. Why are y'all projecting? You know why? Because you're afraid. And you have some sort of connection to this fighter, which to me doesn't make any sense because as boxing supporters, we just supposed to want the best to fight the best. These conversations and debates never have. You know what debates was happening in the 80s? It would be a room full of dudes, Team Hagler versus Team Hearns, and they were just going back and forth about who's going to win the fight. That was it. Team Sugar Ray, Team Hagler. Team Sugar Ray, Team Hearns. Who's going to win? Because they're fighting. It was never a thought. Today, I see more fans justifying their favorite person, not fighting their contemporaries. That's projection. And what do? You talk about what the guy he's not fighting is doing. And y'all know I'm talking about Tank and Devin. This is all projection. If y'all don't know, Ryan Garcia did it again as soon as he opened up his mouth. He went on another racist tirade. More about that during the week. Are y'all proud of yourselves? Y'all Black Ryan fans, you proud of yourself? Yeah? Because now he's attacking black women, y'all. Wow. I'm going to give you a roundabout what he said. He said Mike Tyson been to prison. Tank, been to prison over a girl. And who else did he say? He said Tyson, Tank, and he would stick up for them because his baby mama got him tied up for 21 racks a month, I heard. Something like that. Because he can't keep his marriage intact. So he's trying to be every bit the nigga that he calls us. Projection. Projection. Yeah, Floyd, thank you. Floyd. Right? And then what did he say? What do they have in common? Black women. So ladies, the sisterhood, are y'all gonna get Ryan? Are y'all gonna get Ryan? I never heard Kevin Samuels talk about beating up a black woman. No. Let me be clear, because I know there's gonna be some sisters talking about, oh yes he did. No. No, he didn't. What he said was, y'all don't understand violence. He's talking about the women that want to jump up. Hold on. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me? Main biker says no audio.
I'm hearing
First
you
one, if y'all
fine.
can. Okay.
I got the playback in my earpiece.
Okay. All right. Maybe you got to refresh your page, main biker. Okay. All right. What Kevin Samuels was saying is that women don't understand violence, and masculine women jump up in men's face like they could actually, do us bodily harm because they feel safe doing so. That's what he was talking about. He never said, oh, if a chick's not listening, punch her in the face. He never said that. Now, what is Ryan Garcia saying? He's saying that these men went to jail because of the lies of a black woman, or a black woman did something. Why is Ryan always talking about black affairs? Why isn't he talking about all the people coming through Mexico, hopping the fence, coming over here? Why is he talking about the migrant issue? Because it's an issue. Why is he always talking about us, my people, these people? Why is he always talking about us? And better yet, why aren't Tank fans checking him? But more about that this week. Projection, y'all. All of this because he popped dirty. Think about that. All of this, he started talking about everything else because he popped dirty. And some of you knuckle draggers are allowing him to get away with it. Projection. Y'all remember when Deontay Wilder stopped talking to the media? What did they say? Oh, he's depressed. He's depressed. I'd be depressed too. Well, yeah, you'd be depressed because you're not him. He stopped talking to the media because it finally registered. It finally registered that no matter what he said, y'all bend and twist his words and y'all don't respect him. He's American champion, Olympic medalist. He's disrespected. So he just said, I'm going to stop talking. Now watch this. He's depressed. Who was really depressed? Wasn't Tyson Fury depressed on the couch? 400 pounds, needed help? And all Deontay did was do the Christian thing and lend a helping hand? And how was he treated? And how did his own people, black people and Christians and Americans treat him? And then get mad and he don't want to talk to the media? Again, how come AJ didn't do the Christian thing? How come no one ever questions AJ's religion? How come no one ever does that? Projection. Everything y'all said about Deontay, it's on him. Y'all talking about the same thing about Devin. Oh, this is a cowardly thing to do. He's depressed. Osterine is not why he can't duck the left hand. Cowardly? Wait a minute. Devin's depressed? Wait a minute. Doesn't Ryan suffer from depression and bipolar syndrome, all this other stuff? Whenever it came time for him to do a drug test or leading up to a fight, how many times did he discontinue the camp because he was depressed? Didn't he do that like twice? When has he ever made weight? But Devin's the weight bully? How many times Ryan missed weight? How many times Ryan had to renegotiate his weight? But you got clowns right here on YouTube, Rocky, right here on YouTube, talking about Devin should have been reprimanded. He's been breaking the rules for a long time, for years, is what that person said. and I read from the same article he read from, and I said, no, that's not what this says. That's not what this says. It says this, this, and this. He never broke the rules. By the way, that same dude had nothing to say when Tank fought Leo Santa Cruz at 130, but came in on fight night at 152. That same person. So Rocky, when we talk about other YouTubers, we're saying that some people go there, and because he flashed an article and read it and interpreted it for himself, if you don't read it for yourself and comprehend, you're going to believe that and then come to our channels and try and challenge us. Because the first thing I'm going to ask you is, did you read it? What did you read? And you start reciting what some other foolish mortal said. And I'm like, that's not what it said. I had to do a whole show with the same article and point out that what he said was wrong. It's wrong. Devin never broke any rules. So here we are again. Ryan broke the rules. Instead of him saying, my bad, sorry, he keeps talking. He's blaming everybody for something that he did. He's throwing people under the bus. And he's so angry, he's going on a racist tirade.
And how about this?
Wait, hold on, Stormy. Wait a minute. But Ryan gets on 78's channel and says, ain't no white boy gonna beat me. And the world stopped. Wow. You thought we forgot about that? First of all, I thought y'all don't watch YouTube channels. Y'all, as soon as he said it, when the live ended, it was on Fight Hype. You guys are liars. You guys project on everything that we do over here. We're asking, why is this? And y'all talk about everything but the situation. Salute the Freedom's March in that super chat. He said, Ryan goes in on black affairs because these mongrels, the Tank Tours and the Haney haters, give him a safe space to do so. Straight coons. Exactly. Exactly. That's why we don't respect them. Go ahead and cook, Stormy.
No, I was simply going to say, it shows you how things have been turned on its end, because Ryan violated. He violated.
Yep.
There was a contractual agreement that he did not meet. And even in that, Devin relented to still give him an opportunity. Now, because he didn't meet the obligations of the contractual agreement, that meant that he couldn't become world champion if he defeated Devin. Devin did not agree to face him under banned substances.
Right.
The deception was that he was coming in okay. Not necessarily okay psychologically, but okay as far as being given a clearance to go through with the match. Because you have to understand and remember that many people from different sides of the promotion were kind of questioning, is everything okay with Ryan? And this was before we even got to the weigh-in. And even though he was allowed to continue further, he seemingly went more and more off the rails leading up to the event. Some of you don't even remember or care to realize and recognize that the test that came back that found him in default, there was one more test conducted, and that was post-fight. Devin did his post-fight immediately. Ryan, it had to be tracked down 8-9 hours later.
9 hours later, y'all. Come on.
Now, he knows what the rules are, but he still was in default according to the contractual obligations. Now, how many of you out there with a clean and conscious mind, not biased, not leaning toward who you like and what you want and all of that, understand that if the black fighter behaved, conducted his affairs in this manner, how many of you recognize that there would be a call to have that person banned from the sport? Under the same auspices, under the same actions, motivations, words spoken, how many of you in your clear conscious mind would deny that there would be a call for he to be banned, punished, take his money? Isn't that what people say, Drew?
All the time.
Take his money. Does anyone remember Michael Vick?
Wait a minute. Jarrell Miller didn't fight for how many years? Canelo fought. Canelo was suspended for what? 6 months? Jarrell Miller didn't fight for like 2 years and it hurt him.
Canelo being banned after 6 months, and how many months does he fight out of the year?
Once. It didn't hurt him at all. And he still ain't, man. Watch this, y'all. Y'all want more? Y'all want more? Keyshawn, I don't need no Father Davis, got suspended for marijuana. Ryan is smoking a blunt. No one said anything. Are y'all paying attention or y'all just talking? This is what I'm saying. Y'all are really, I was saying y'all not like us before that song was made. Y'all can't be like me at all. This is ridiculous. Harlem in the building. Gerard in the super chat salute. He said he violated the brotherhood of the sport and gained respect from the same brotherhood in the fans. Bro, ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? But it's okay. I tell y'all this all the time. I've seen this before. History repeats itself over and over. It's just different faces. And it's amazing how us as a people, y'all never see it. A lot of y'all are new to this. A lot of y'all have this weird infatuation with these fighters. All I want is for the best to fight the best. Y'all are not like me. Y'all are not like Stormy. All right. So when I say things like, yo, Tank, this behavior, this fandom, I've seen this before. It's just happening at an accelerated rate. Believe me. It's AJ all over again. I'm telling you. A lot of y'all be like, oh, no, it's not. No, it's the exact same thing. And y'all see AJ, right? Y'all see AJ. Tank is going to have to fight his contemporaries, and we'll deal with it when it happens. Can he beat them? I don't know, because he's not fighting them, and y'all are not holding his feet to the flames. And I'm watching Canelo, and I'm like, wow, Canelo's this badass face of boxing. And that's something that I'm going to stop. I never liked it. But the two faces of boxing, incidentally, are not fighting their contemporaries, which is it's disturbing. And now y'all mad because David Morrell is not fighting David Benavidez and vice versa. Guess what? Those two men, they don't need to fight each other. How about that? How about that? I don't care, because y'all don't care. Canelo has Morrell and Benavidez problems, and y'all don't care. So they shouldn't fight each other.
Not only should they not fight each other, they should continue to stay as far away from each other as they choose and desire to do.
They should do it as long as Bibble and Better Be stood away from each other.
And tell the sanctioning bodies to kiss where the sun don't shine either, because the sanctioning bodies have already shown preferential treatment of certain individuals where rules apply to only others.
That's right.
And so as long as it's going to be like that, how about they just do what they do? I'm an advocate of David Morrell beating up as many no-name fighters that he can find and let them all be in the armory in Minnesota. I don't give a damn. And Benavidez can fight as many guys as they can find for him to beat up on, and I don't give a damn. I'll be right there watching him and cheering for him and making videos about him.
Yep.
Because it's not important. It's not important for them to face each other, because this is not what's called for everyone. So why would I come out under the gun and be an advocate for someone else to make it so they can have convenience? No, I ain't doing that.
I want David Morrell to be undefeated for the next 5 years, and I will celebrate him like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread in the moment.
Matter of fact, Drew, this is what we should push for. How about Benavidez and Morrell fight on the same card against other people? They can make the most money that they can make.
That's right.
On a card like that.
That's right.
That's a hell of a promotion.
And I'm going to celebrate it. I'm going to celebrate it. I'm going to celebrate it. And the first person that says, well, you know, why don't you guys fight each other? I'm like, nah, why didn't Canelo clean this up? Because they was telling me that Morrell, although tough, he ain't had enough pro fights, as if he's not Cuban. That means everything. Just being Cuban means everything.
And think about this. Canelo has the nerve and the gall to say he's looking at the winner of Bivol versus Beterbiev because he really wants to see Bivol again. And they, when asked about, well, what if Beterbiev wins, he says, well, he's looking at Bivol. The interesting factor of this foolishness is this. He had a contractual obligation to face Bivol in a rematch. And Bivol waited for it until the contract expired.
Y'all know that?
And during the time that he awaited, he even suggested, how about I drop down and fight for your then undisputed titles, Canelo? We could fight for your belts. In other words, let's make it a real lucrative fight, because you came up to try to challenge for my title and I won, but I'll come down and challenge for your undisputed title, which would be good for my legacy if I'm victorious. Canelo wouldn't even answer the man's call or any of his people's contact. They act like Bivol didn't exist. And now that Bivol is getting ready to fight Beterbiev in the biggest fight of his career, regardless of what some people may think about Canelo, because it was really no big deal that he beat Canelo in all factuality, because he was the bigger, stronger, younger fighter. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. So if you really know boxing, and we didn't know Bivol, see, that was the thing. We didn't know him because he wasn't a promoted and celebrated fighter.
True.
But he did exactly what he was supposed to do to Canelo. Yep. So now he's going into the biggest fight of his life, and Canelo is trying to actually be a distraction. Why all of a sudden you can say Bivol's name now, but you couldn't say it 2 fights ago, before Berlanga, before Munguia? But you lost his number. You lost who he was in the sport. You lost the fact that you lost to him. And now it's important for you to say his name again. Now you see why I say Benavidez and Morrell should do exactly what they want to do. And right. Christian Mbili as well. Let's not forget him.
Yeah, leave him out of this. Leave him out of it. Everyone go on and do their thing. 1 of the month. 2 fights in a month. Do that. Because Canelo gets to do whatever he wants to do. And I wanted to put up what Shaquilla Fields said, because this is very important. She says, I know what you mean, Drew. I'm too old to know it as a song. I was the first class integrate here in VA, 1966. Let me add to that. And this might be a little pep talk for the youngsters. You know, I was born in 75. I understand racism. I've dealt with it late in life, and it was disgusting. Here's the deal. Even Dr. King said he regretted integration. Even he said it. Man, listen, they don't want us around. We should have kept ourselves, because you know what the result of integration is? Niggas like Tank running around today thinking that they have some privilege that doesn't exist. You got a little money in your pocket. You got a little fan base because, I don't know, they like your hair and your gold teeth, and you think you have privilege. And it takes one nigga moment for you to get knocked back down to earth. Michael Vick was one of the most celebrated NFL players, but he had a lot of hate. He had a lot of hate, but he was nice. And what took him down? Dogfighting. Whom, I might add, it just happened on his property. He really didn't have anything to do with it, but it happened on his property. So, he went down with the ship. And what did they say, y'all?
This though, check this out. Talk about Michael Vick and what happened on his property with the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
How many major cities in the U.S. got Chinese restaurants?
How many cities?
How many major cities in the U.S.? Big cities like New York, Chicago, L.A.
All of them.
How many of those cities got Chinese restaurants in them? Almost all of them, right?
All of them. Yep.
Do y'all know that half of the menu that you eat and you love going to those Chinese restaurants are dogs and cats? You know that. And some rats.
Salute, General.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. And if your stomach feel a little queasy right about now, all you got to do is look up Chinese cuisine. Those people eat everything. Huh? Yeah. But you don't see them going to jail, do you? Huh?
No.
You don't see them, huh? Big Bang Zang, don't invite them for dinner and let Fido be running around in there. Huh? Don't do it.
Oh, no. Hey, man, listen. I did a show, one of my earlier shows, my health shows. Yeah, Thomas is laughing because he just met Big Bang Zang over the weekend. You get a picture? Yeah, I did a show called Why Are We Still Eating Chinese Food? I actually did a show called Why Are We Still Eating Chinese Food? So it is what it is, man. That's crazy. But listen, man, we're talking about projection. They projected on Deontay, they projected on Devin, projected on Errol. And I was talking about early in the show. You see these channels projecting on us. Realistically, we're just here wanting the best to fight the best. And while we're saying these fights need to happen, you go there and you hear about why the fight shouldn't happen. As if they're on the payroll. And then they get mad when we say some of these guys are on the payroll. Then they get mad at us. Oh, we ain't on the payroll. We ain't on the payroll. Yes, you are, dude. People done told on y'all already. But whatever. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. This is crazy. How are we demonized for just wanting the best to fight the best? Unless the guy you're supporting is not the best. Pause.
Yeah, give that 78 last comment.
He said, hey, Brown Sugar in the chat. I know for a fact that's true. They fed me some mystery meat, and when I asked what it is, they gave me a refund. Oh my God. Yo.
You see? And you think, listen, you think I just be talking, huh? Nah. Absolutely not.
That is disgusting. That is disgusting, man.
No, this is what's disgusting. I'm going to take you there, huh? Listen, there's a report of a guy here in Chicago that pulled up on one of those Chinese restaurants that's kind of like in one of those strip malls, or you know how the little strip malls right off the street, you know, you have several different stores. It's maybe something like a Chinese kitchen type deal, you know, Chinese food. He parked on the backside. It's like a side street that goes behind those rows of stores, so you can see the back doors of those stores and where the garbage truck will come to those establishments. He said he saw several Chinese workers come out of the place. I don't remember the number, but he said it was more than one or two. Okay, and they left out from the back and they went walking down. There's like a vacant lot, and they went walking. He said he just sat there. I don't remember how long he said he was there, but he said he saw them come back with garbage bags on their shoulders. And when they came back, they went right into the back of the establishment. And you know the kitchen is right off the back.
Right up the back, yeah.
So they went into the back. They talking, and they going in the back of the establishment with the garbage bags on their shoulders. Now, he said no truck pulled up and unloaded, but they went walking into the hood. Now, what could possibly they have done outside of picking up some yayo or something, huh? And maybe they, you know, moonlighting the store as a food establishment and they doing something else. That's a possibility. But people are eating, okay, out of this place. And these dudes are coming in through the back with garbage bags. Last I checked, when you're ordering up some stuff for stock and supplies, it comes in boxes with, you know, freeze packed and stuff like that, dry ice and real ice or whatever. I just wanted, you know, food for thought there.
That's not a myth, because right here in New York, Thomas, 167 off of Webster Avenue, there was a Chinese restaurant on the hill back in the 90s. Got closed down because they officially got raided because that guy was serving all the cats in the neighborhood. The stray cats vanished.
Read Jeff Spark there.
You're right, Stormy. I sold the documentary. Bro. Listen, this is real stuff. And wait a minute. Here in the Bronx, there were 2 spots closed down in the 90s because they were serving us wild animals off the block. And then there was a spot in Queens that made the news. No, that was real, bro. 167 off of Webster Avenue, that was real. That made the news. And then there was 2 spots in the Bronx, and that was. Word Snacks B, there was no stray cats. People around the neighborhood was like, what happened to the cats? Because some of those people feed them. They're like, what happened to the cats? You understand? This is real stuff. Now, projection. Let me just say this. How many times you've gone into those establishments and they treat you like crap? They come into your neighborhood. Hush up and buy. They come into your neighborhood, and it's not all of them. I've been to a few places where they have an attitude. I'm like, all right, hold on, whatever. Back when I used to eat that. I was like, yo, how many times y'all been in those establishments and they treat you, and you know it's because you're black. You're in the middle of your neighborhood, you're servicing the public, and you got the nerve to have an attitude? Y'all remember Menace to Society? I feel sorry for your mother. What you say about my mama? Bang! It's like, why are you in this neighborhood with an attitude? Stop it. And I'm not saying to do that. Don't get it messed up. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying I've been in situations like, yo, why the store owner, y'all know what it is. Y'all going inside of a store and y'all get followed around. It's like, yo, what the hell? Projection. Because in their country, they know what it is to be broke and stealing. But newsflash, poverty in America is not poverty in other countries. We can still eat. We still have hot water. But they have a preconceived notion about what black people are. And you buy their food? Think about it. Projection. Now I'm gonna bring it back to boxing.
New meaning to the phrase, X gonna give it to you, don't it?
Gonna give it to you. Yo, they serve you something. By the time you go upstairs and you're done trying to digest all that meat, you be in your house like,
listen to this right here.
You just toe up. Just toe up. Just toe up. Now I'm gonna bring it back to boxing. If I'm not gonna support people that don't like me, how many of y'all black people in here gonna buy Ryan Garcia's next fight? How many of y'all gonna watch it? You would think with all this stuff, he's a pay-per-view star, right? How many of y'all gonna buy Ryan Garcia's next fight? Tell me, be honest. Y'all in the chat, even if you've been watching this whole time, tell me you're black and tell me you're buying Ryan Garcia's next bout. I'll do you one better than that. That's Tank Davis's boo-boo. You remember when I said, everyone was like, why ain't Shakur and, now listen to the language, why isn't Shakur and Tank fighting? Now listen to my language. Why aren't those two brothers, and I use the term loosely, breaking bread with each other? You see how I said that? Forget fighting. Why aren't they breaking bread with each other? Right? Y'all mad at Devin for allegedly lowballing Shakur. Guess what? Tank's not even sending him an offer. Y'all still mad at Devin though? At least Devin tried to break bread with him. He didn't do it. Y'all not mad at Tank though? But remember when I said jokingly, but now I'm starting to wonder, I said they can't fight when they're effing. Oh, Jesus.
Whoa! What?
Yeah. I'm going there. There's a reason why I'm going there. The real OG, Mr. Martin, the building, salute. Exactly. These guys ain't getting a dime from me. It wouldn't surprise me if there's some sort of romantic relationship between the two of them. Why are they not fighting? You can't fight when you're effing.
Hey, that's a great segue because Ryan already told y'all he been tickled, and we know that Tank been hanging out with the master tickler.
Talk about it. You understand all this no Diddy stuff? I just saw some video. Look, man, it's not only me seeing these things. Everyone else is seeing it. Y'all want to talk about, oh, well, Devin was at a pool party. Let me tell you something. What I know about predators. And I'm talking about from predators that prey on kids, from dudes that prey on women, from women that prey on dudes. You know what I know about predators? They know who they can do it to, and they know who they're not going to get away with it with. A predator that's casing the joint, let's say it's a scumbag preying on kids. They pick a particular kid. Oh, this kid, it's only his mother. I don't see no father, no older brother. Nothing. It's just his mom and his mom's drop him off at school, and then boom, she just on about her business. I can get him or her. All right, that's a little too crazy for y'all. Let's up it. I was talking to Stormy about this earlier. What about, fellas, the chicks at work? What about that? The flirty chicks. Good morning. Want to hug everybody, want to hug. Right? And then the other women that are just, hey, good morning. You don't go near them. Why? There's demeanor that they carry about them. Whether they're married or not. It's like, I don't play that huggy, kissy thing. No. It's good morning, a handshake, a dap, and that's it. And all the chicks that are trying to flirt their way to get easy routes or whatever it is they're doing, and trying to move ahead, they want to ride that carousel to move up in the company, whatever it is you're doing. Y'all know the type. Men, y'all know the type, y'all know who y'all could flirt with and who y'all leave alone. Oh, don't deal with her. She married and, or she, I don't know about her. I don't know if she got no man with, but she just don't play that shit. But whether they're ugly or pretty or the hee, those chicks, y'all be in their face. You know who to do it to. And why am I bringing that up? I saw a video where Diddy was literally on the prowl for Tank. Literally. Y'all laughing at the no Diddy, Devin at the pool party? You only saw that picture. You ain't see him hugging on Devin. Devin gives off a manly demeanor. Diddy knows that Bill is his father, and he's right there. I can't get that off on this kid, but this Tank kid, who is his OGs, don't know, don't care. They ain't around here. Oh, he messes with Floyd. Oh, that's great.
And Coach Calvin with them glasses with the chain on them like somebody's old auntie or something. Diddy can just like tell him, hey man, go smoke this over in the corner. I'll be right back with you in a minute.
Go somewhere. And they weren't at the pool party. Tank was there. And he said, we're going to toast to Diddy. And Tank held up his shot glass. Did he not? Y'all saw the video. And I'm like, what's this?
Never mind what was in the shot glass.
What was in the shot glass? Then he hugs Tank up out his shoes and socks.
And according to the conversations, they say when you have a drink at Diddy's spot, you might wake up the next day or something and not even have any knowledge of the party or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Now watch this. He hugs Tank out his socks, right? And then they were separated or whatever. I think Tank was like, yeah, chill, whatever. Then he walks off. Diddy jumps off the platform and pursues him again. I was like, what is this? Y'all missed that? Y'all missed that.
Nothing but a gangster party. Ain't nothing but a mother gangster party.
Don't be so quick with these jokes. Remember the AJ jokes? Oh, Wilder's twerking. Remember all of that? And I said, wait a minute. He goes live. He's in the Village. Y'all know what's going on in New York City in the Village? You have to act. He's 30 blocks from his hotel, and he goes live in a homosexual community. Okay, stop with the twerk jokes. Same thing with this. Oh yeah, he got a picture with Diddy. Tank toasted Diddy. It was damn near running from him. And then you turn around, he's doing videos of him dancing in his underwear, slapping himself on the behind. Huh? Y'all need to stop. Projection. Y'all get it now? Rob Neal in that super chat salute. He says Diddy picked up Tank like a ventriloquist does a dummy. Yeah, he probably had his hand stuck up somewhere too. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Wake up and smell the failure. Because I try and keep it boxing, but y'all try and go somewhere with these jokes. I tell y'all don't want to go there. Try and keep it boxing. Let me bring it back to boxing and projection. Has Tank fought his contemporaries? No. Has Canelo? No. He still got work to do. AJ, finally, and then look what happened. When AJ started fighting his contemporaries, look what happened. When it came time for him to fight that white boy, the Ukrainian, they didn't let him get away with that. They didn't let him get away with that. Now look. So when I tell y'all, I've seen this before. You want me to get a little reckless with it? Same shit happened to Mike Tyson. A lot of y'all too young. How I am now is how I am back then. I told everybody, I said, look, Mike is nice with it, but there's things that I see the right fighter could give him a headache. I've been seeing it. And nobody wanted to, y'all thought Mike was invincible. A lot of my friends thought he was invincible. As a matter of fact, all my friends thought he was invincible. Then he got his ass whipped by Buster Douglas. Oh, it was a long count. Oh, Mike was drinking. Oh, Mike ain't have no corner. We didn't know about him having a messed up corner until like 10 years later, to be honest with you. I said, okay. Buster cheated or whatever you want to say, right? Why ain't he run it back? Uh-oh. Even when he got out of jail, he ain't run it back. Oh, he's going to beat up Holyfield. Holyfield going to have a heart attack. I said, Holyfield going to whoop his ass. He has a weak heart. Holyfield whooped his ass, and then what? Oh, well, if Mike ain't go to jail, stop. Just tell me I'm right. Just tell me I'm right. I knew that was going to happen. So when I tell you these things, I've seen AJ before. I said they're giving him the Mike Tyson treatment. He's good. AJ could beat some guys, but he has contemporaries. I don't know how y'all allow him to walk around and not fight Deontay Wilder. I don't know why y'all thought that was okay. No matter. He got anyway. We've seen this before. Tank's behavior, I've seen this before. Canelo's behavior, seen this before. He out now tell you in your face, y'all, I'm not fighting David Benavidez. All he has to offer is an extra 20 pounds on fight night. Excuse me? And then I look when he got in the ring against Edgar Berlanga. Edgar was 193 pounds. Kara, salute. 193 pounds. Excuse me? Y'all not gonna say anything about that? When this is crazy. When David Benavidez went up to 175 and had his fight, he rehydrated to 189, and that was a fight at 175. So he was lighter than Edgar Berlanga versus Canelo at 168. Y'all not gonna say nothing? Y'all have nothing to say? Nothing? So let me dial it back to the beginning of the show, because we had a brother in here, I forgot his name. If you're still here, this is what we're talking about. You can go to other channels and they'll celebrate Canelo's win and celebrate Edgar's heart. But what I just told you, good brother, you probably didn't get that at a pro Canelo channel or a pro Berlanga channel. You probably didn't get that. You got it here. I'm not just saying Canelo's a duck just for saying he's a duck. I'm explaining to you. Now, did I lie on anybody that I spoke about? But did I explain why I don't support Canelo? I don't support AJ. I don't support Tank. I explained it to you. So when all of these fans come over here, they project on Devin. They try and shame him for suing a dude that cheated him. Can I ask y'all a question? Why did Golden Boy just get cut a check for $1 million for what Ryan did? Never mind that. You probably don't know. But if Oscar and those clowns at Golden Boy get cut a $1 million check for Ryan breaking the rules, what happened to the victim in the ring, which was Devin? He was the one cheated. How does he not get paid? But then y'all the same dudes that walk around talk about, hey, boxers are treated unfairly. Well, this is a prime example. You guys are just retarded by choice, and that makes you ignorant. I don't like AJ, and fair is fair. If it comes out next week that Dubois pops 30, I'm gonna go in on him. Got me celebrating you doing something well. All I said, man, Usyk outboxed AJ, hurt him down the stretch. But if Usyk had devastating power, AJ gets put to sleep. We saw that with Daniel Dubois. He had better boxing skill, better feet, and a punch, and he slept him. Which is that's what I wanted. If it comes out that he pops dirty, that's going to be devastating. But I'm going to have to go in on him. Because that's how I do. What type of supporter of the sport are you? Are you the type of supporter of the sport that can ignore what Ryan Garcia did because you hate Devin and Bill? You can ignore him being racist. You can ignore him. Now watch this, y'all. This black woman running around right now talking about black men don't protect us. Well, Ryan Garcia just insulted all of you. I want to know if the sisterhood is going to come for Ryan like how they come for us every time we say, yo, look, man, we just feel disrespected. What do you mean? With your big eyelashes. I'm just wondering. I'm waiting because Ryan just did this. I'm waiting. Tank fans, can you do the same? Can y'all just say, yo, look, man, enough's enough. I had a tanker maniac in here just the other day. Thank you, Diana. Had a tanker maniac. All I asked that kid to do, I said, listen, wait a minute. Your thoughts on Ryan Garcia's views on black people. Do you know that little N-word he never denounced Ryan at all? He kept talking about Devin. And this is why, getting back to our sister Shaquilla, this is why integration is bad, because some niggas think that they've made it in life to the point where they're better than other black people. It could be for whatever reason, because they got more money or I don't know, they're light skinned. We got all of that going on. If we remained separate from them, we wouldn't allow them to poison us. You get what I'm saying? If we remain separate, we shouldn't care to be breaking bread with anyone that don't like us. You don't want us drinking from your water fountains? Fine. Because the moment we had our own, they airstrike over our towns. There was a few black Wall Streets. The difference is we should have bust back. Forget all that turn the other cheek stuff. You lay a hand on me, I lay a hollow on you. That's how I rock. Y'all got more love for Tank and Ryan and this dysfunction than Devin being cheated. And now Ryan is Teofimo calling you monkeys and everything. I got smoke for all of y'all. Y'all are not my brothers. Y'all are not my sisters. The sisters that don't speak up against this dude, y'all not my, and I'm cool with that. Y'all not my sisters. Y'all not my brothers. Y'all not. I'm cool with that. I need to identify every last one of y'all. And that's cool. It's funny when I point out these things, y'all just say, oh, I'll keep it boxing. And all of y'all cats, y'all skipping that. Because this is one big game to you. But I got y'all. I got y'all. It's disgusting. David Benavidez and David Morrell have to fight now because Canelo don't want to? No. Those two brothers need to go ahead and beat everybody up around them. That's what they need to do. As a matter of fact, you want me to get real ill with it? Watch this, y'all. Watch this. You know what I want? Watch this. I want David Benavidez to fight the winner of Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. And the loser can fight David Morrell on the undercard. How about that? Canelo who? If these guys don't want to fight, don't even consider them. Because their fans are so inept and retarded, they will pay top dollar to watch them shadow box. So take your behind over to the PBC, where they're going to charge you $80 for a card, all right? And peep how Canelo and Tank is going to drain the swamp, and when the PBC folds and Prime says we're not dealing with it anymore, the last person standing is going to be Turki Al-Sheikh if they want to get real money. And Turki Al-Sheikh has said, I got money for you, but how about this fight, and this fight? And guys like Tank are going to have to either put up or shut up. Bite your contemporaries, because Turki ain't going to baby you. Who's your contemporaries? Shakur? Devin? Huh? You're fighting those guys next. If you don't, this is cool. Promote yourself. You guys are ponderous. You guys are fraudulent. And I've been understood the art of projection. You're disgusting. You guys said Deontay Wilder was depressed. You guys said Devin Haney was depressed. Tyson Fury is depressed. Ryan Garcia suffers from depression and drugs and gets to call you the N-word and you do nothing. Stockholm Syndrome is crazy, man. And by the way, let me promote this book. All you ERs need to read this book. It's called Things Fall Apart. Read the book. This was required reading when I was growing up. If you haven't read this book, You might want to. You might want to. And when you're done with that, you can holler at me and I can get you this. This is the Willie Lynch letter in the making of a slave. All right. Now look, you've heard this mentioned here a bunch of times, but this is the book. It's a short read. So if you have short attention spans, whatever, you can hit me up. Maybe I'll narrate it and I'll send you the audio. You have to pay me for that though. And, get some education. Read that and say, that's not me. Ooh, that's not me. Then why you panting? Why do your feet look like your hands? It is you. I mean, you outdid Danny Garcia. He got 11 digits. Y'all got 10, but y'all can pick up a whole banana off the floor like this with your feet. Like that. Like that. Monkeys. There it is. Stormy, closing thoughts.
We're in a great place and position to be a part of this fight. And it feels damn good to be on the winning side of things. I wish that I could project the elation of what being a part of the winning side of things is, because it's being misconstrued what a winner truly is in these present times.
Mm-hmm.
But understand that the makings of a winner comes from within. It's not external. It's not something that can be snatched off a shelf or even ripped out of someone else's possession. It's about cultivating the character of the individual, having a foundation to stand upon, something of strength and magnitude, because in life, you're always going to run into things to knock you down.
That's right.
And when you get knocked down, you have to have enough of the resolve, something that has already been pre-established to assist in you rising to your feet again.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's not being taught. That's no longer being taught. See, you're being dismayed. You're being told lies. You're being given false truth to go out and to make a claim by a different means. And that will end you in a bad place and space, sometimes even leading early to the graveyard. So, with that being said, I appreciate being here with you, having this conversation this evening. And for those who support in the most positive of manner, blessings be on you all. And we look forward to being right back here again next Sunday for more of the same.
I'm going to change. And salute to the real OG, Mr. Mont. Heavy in that super chat. Much love. He says, unlike myself, the OG Stormy, Drew Titan, and many more, the younger generation don't feel a connection to the racial injustices of the past. I'm still triggered by the pictures of Emmett Till, but it's just a shoulder into today's youth. And to piggyback on what Mr. Mon is saying right here, it's sad because a lot of the youth don't even know who Emmett Till is. And Lil Wayne going through what he's going through right now, not being able to perform at the Super Bowl in his home state. Do you want to know why I don't care? And I'm glad he brought up Emmett Till. And I know it's a shame because the Super Bowl is being held in Lil Wayne's state, in his city, right? Do you want to know why I don't care? Just take a guess. How many of y'all Lil Wayne fans in here? It's okay. I'm not a fan of his. I was far removed from that style of hip hop and everything else. But let me say this. He had a bar in one of his songs. Beat that ussy up like Emmett Till. I said, excuse me? And you know how I heard it? was in a locker room at work, and one of the younger cats was playing it. And I said, yo, rewind that? He said, what? I said, do you know who Emmett Till is? He was like, nah. I said, man, I can't F with this dude, man. I said, I said, bro, that's not even a bar, dogs. That's crazy. I said, bro, just Google.
You know, I don't listen to him, so I didn't know he had that in a song.
Yeah.
But you see, that's why I don't know, because I don't listen to bullshit. But I will say this, for him to even put that out and the label that he sings under or whatever, for them to go ahead and say, yeah, that's okay, that lets you know how bad it is, which is why I turn all of that shit off. Excuse my language now, but I'm speaking from the heart. I turn all of that off. I have no time for that type of foolishness. How about we beat his ass up like that,
Right,
and let his mother have to deal with that, and any one of the Till family. You see, it's that type of ignorance that has bound this entire internet session of people out here. What we've been saying about Tank Davis, the lack of stepping forward to say what needs to be said regarding the likes of Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Canelo Alvarez, and so forth and so on, is that type of ignorance, plus the monkeys who are out here endorsing those people, but got smoke or think that they got smoke for the likes of us. They can't even smell us because the fragrance that we emit is only for certain types of nostrils. You see? And anything else is just like ash burning. You all are dead, walking around like zombies. If you've accepted that, my last words, fuck Lil Wayne.
Angel Diaz says in his house in Miami, they found 100 bottles of lean. So this is the guy that y'all sell it. Well, I'm not saying y'all, but this is the guy that your kids or grandkids probably listen to, who drinks lean. Talk about beating up kitty cat like it was Emmett Till. I heard that immediately. I said, yo. And I asked the kid, it was a younger cat. I said, yo, do you know who Emmett? I said, stop that for a second. Do you know who Emmett Till is? He was like, nah. I said, Jesus Christ. I said, just look it up, man, and get back to me. Went out to the field, came back at the end of the tour. He said, yo, I didn't know that. I said, bro, you don't joke like that. That's not even funny. His family, and now he did apologize to the family, but it was done already. It's on wax. It's done. It's done already. And these are the guys. That kind of mentality, that's the culture right now.
First of all, how does he fix himself to say something like that? If you think that you had to apologize to the family, why did you say it in the first place? It's a joke to you? What happened to Emmett Till? That's entertainment?
Yep. That's exactly what it was.
Nigga,
exactly what it was.
It could happen to you today.
Mm-hmm.
We are not so far removed from what happened to Emmett Till that you can even fix your mind to think in such a manner. How many years ago now has it been since George Floyd was murdered?
It's been a few years now. What about Philando Castile? I mean, these are real things.
There are people biting the bullet every day.
And we're in an era where we see things, and it's a big joke. It's a meme. It's a meme. But let me ask y'all a question. When Lil Wayne was walking in the back with Floyd Mayweather, first Maidana fight, and all Wayne said was, yo, you lost, man. Yo, you lost. And Robert Garcia threw water at Wayne. That was on video. Y'all remember that? I wasn't doing content when that happened, but that other dude was. And he painted a whole racial aspect on it, and I agreed with a lot of what he was saying. He threw water on Wayne. Remember that? And we was in there talking about, yo, yeah, Wayne's not the fighter. He's entitled to say what he wants. Why would you throw water at him? Yeah. But I need y'all to pay attention. I got mad at that. But when Blue Blood was at the presser in New York with one of his daughters, and one of Eddie Hearn's bodyguards threw water on him, and it got on him, and it got on Ness. Remember that? And we said, hold on. The security's held to a higher standard. Why would he throw water on Blue Blood and some got on his daughter, and a lot of it got on Ness' camera. Ness had like a $3,000 camera. You don't play with that, man. Do y'all remember what the chats were looking like? What the Brits were saying? Blue Blood shouldn't have had his daughter there. That's not the point. There was no age limit to who could be there. But that white man threw water on the black man and the Latin man. And it got on the girl that was there. I believe she was maybe a teenager at that time. And just read the chats. Y'all remember that? You remember that? There was a racial aspect to that. Blue had to tell Eddie, yo, your security guards up here throwing water on people. What is that? Y'all remember that? You remember how Blue was treated? How Ness was treated? Disrespecting Blue Blood's daughter? Now, there's a bunch of things Weezy could have said and made it a bar. But he used Emmett Till to complete a bar. And said he was talking about beating up a girl in the bedroom like Emmett Till. This is you kids today, and I'm supposed to be like, oh man, he's supposed to be performing at the Super Bowl. Yo, since 2013, it was F Lil Wayne. There, I said it. Projection. I'm gonna stop saying wake up, but because you know these kids are not me. And incidentally, they killed him and said you ain't performing. And who's performing? Kendrick. They not like us. They not like us. There's a message in there somewhere. And guess what? Don't Wayne support Donald Trump anyway? What, he could? All the buck dancing didn't help you, Weezy. It didn't help you. Y'all seen AJ? Y'all seen all of this stuff happening? Yeah, watch. And I got more smoke all week long for this Ryan Garcia stuff and Tank stuff. Yeah, so tune in. And never forget, we had the ultimate Tank fan that I have wrenched up in here. I asked him his thoughts on Ryan Garcia disrespecting the black people. He never answered the question. Ryan did it again. He never responded. Those are Tank Davis fans. Don't respect it. So salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Be a monkey if you want. I'm cool with it. We'll be back tomorrow. Nerds on Culture. I'll be back in the AM. Talking some boxing and pep talk tomorrow night. And y'all take it gently, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.